Seeing stars and stories, it's where you wanna be. From celebs to entrepreneurs, she's got the scoop. Community and entertainment, she's in the loop. Every smile a burst of velvet light. Through the screen she shines so bright. With the laughs and tales that weave tonight.
Well, welcome to another episode of SKST Radio, and you tuned into the Cammie Grayson Show. Girl talk, and let me tell you something. Y'all know I always talk about my shero, right? Guess who's with me today? My shero! Is here in the house finally. I mean, every time we talk to her, she's been like out of town. She's been there. But you know what? The one thing about this lady, she never forget about me. And I just love her for that. Thank you
for loving me.
Oh,
you know, when somebody speaks and feel highly of you, it's something. It's something. So
well, man, girl, you look good.
Girl, you look good. We're not red.
We're not red. Today's red. I was like, I had to wear some red because that dress behind you. That dress behind you. There you go. Woo, look at that beautiful dress behind you. My gosh, girl. Okay, first of all, guys, if you don't know this lady, she's someone you need to know. She is the powerhouse. She's the powerhouse of networking. She's the powerhouse. She's a, She's an entrepreneur, but no, that's not her. She's a serial entrepreneur. Did I get it right?
You got that, girl.
I bet she's a serial entrepreneur. T, tell people who you are and what you do.
I am delighted to be here. First of all, thank you for having me on your show, Cammie.
Oh,
it's been a long time coming to come out to your beautiful studio. Y'all would have dressing room and everything. So I feel like a star up in here today. So I just thank you for having me. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I am Ti'Juana Gholson. I am a serial entrepreneur, aka multiple business owner, and I am in the field of healthcare and real estate primarily. And out of that, I've launched several different businesses, but I also business coach. I am also degreed as a social worker, mastered as a counselor, and so that's where my healthcare side come in at. And my husband and I, we also invest in real estate, and we also are founders of a nonprofit organization, Inner Peace Coalition. But I love helping people. I love connecting people to resources. I call myself a business and community strategist. I'm a bit of an activist, I like to fight for things and fight the power. Yeah. But just a multi levels. Been blessed to be on this earth for half a century plus. So God has graced me with many duties over time in my life. So that's just some of the things that I've been blessed to do.
Well, at the end of the day, I've been here for 7 years this month.
Oh, wow.
7 years this month.
Wow.
And so I can, count on my hand how busy you've been, And so, we met through a mutual friend, and man, this lady embraced me, being in a whole new state, not knowing anyone, tasked with the ultimate task that I don't think anybody could have pulled off. But we did, we did. And so, from all my little fun Kirk things like Cammie's Closet. I got she hooked Cammie's Closet up. And so, she's just been very supportive, and I like to give back. I like to give back where I can give back. And this woman, I mean, even if you can't do it yourself, you stand behind her and she'll do it for you. I mean, because this is the lady that first time I met her, she was like, "Come on here."
I love me a good film. Look, I took my glasses off. I thought we were going to take a coffee break. Honey.
but with all that's said and done, on the personal note, let's start with the personal first. You ex-military.
My husband. That's how we got here.
That's how
to the Hampton Roads area.
Okay, and so you've been doing all this stuff. How did you start? How did you even concept of being a serial entrepreneur?
Well, I didn't go in to be a serial entrepreneur initially. I went in to be an entrepreneur. I always knew I was a business owner as a little kid. I blame all of this on my grandmother. My grandmother, I'm sitting here
Blame
thinking, yeah, right on her. The one that gave me the name Ti'Juana, that I also blame on her because I have to explain that everywhere I go. It's always been a conversation piece. How'd you get that name? What is it? Like the city of Mexico? Yes, it's spelled like the city of Mexico. Is it Tijuana or is it? It's really pronounced Tijuana. Tijuana. If you're from the Spanish culture, but Americans say Tijuana. But anyway, so I blame it on her because my grandmother was the candy lady.
The candy.
You knock on that door, you get candy and iceberg and all that.
Yeah.
That was my grandma. So guess who had to be the runner of running to the door every time somebody knocked on the door? It was me. I did the transactions. So because grandma was the candy lady, she was also. I come from a very very spiritual family, church going family. So they also had a quartet group.
Okay.
And so after church, after being in church all day, we went out to the programs and singing, and grandma was on the bus, the church bus, and she would sell the candy, the sandwiches, the
Oh my God.
water, the soda, everything. So I blame it on her because I was her sidekick.
Okay.
So I was her free work. I was her free work,
Free
her
labor.
staff. You know, it's funny. I did the same thing to my kids. They were professional paper shredders,
See,
professional fowlers,
there you
and
go.
cleaner uppers. You know,
you learn from the
yeah,
best.
I learned from the best. So I blame it on grandma. I blame the entrepreneurship spirit on her because that's where I, for real, got the taste of making money on your own. You know, I didn't know what it was. And actually, Kim, you know, back in that day, late 70s, early 80s, there was no entrepreneur was not the word.
Yeah.
Nobody knew that word.
She got a candy store.
She got a candy store.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, you know, that wasn't a word. That wasn't even, a lot of people weren't even thinking along the lines of business ownership. They were, you know, working at the factories and stuff back then. But or getting a good government job.
There you go.
You know, remember back the good government job with benefits. That was what we were instilled a lot of times,
Right.
unless you came from a family of entrepreneurs. But I blame it on my grandma because she was an entrepreneur. We didn't call it that. We call it the candy lady. And so I learned there. So I didn't go out to be a serial entrepreneur. What happened was, you know, entrepreneurs solve problems. So I tried a whole bunch of other things before really nailing down the healthcare company. But out of that company came, okay, well, this needs to be done. So now, once you do it more than a year, it's a business.
It's a business.
It's
my hobby, my expensive hobby.
Turn into a business. You better figure out how to capitalize on it, or don't do it because it's going to be a hobby. It's going to be, you know, you have to decide. So it become a business. So it's just becoming a serial entrepreneur was birthed out of solving problems, you know, and once you get a taste of, and I know you know this, once you get a taste of working for yourself, it's hard.
You don't want to go back.
You don't want to go back, but you don't want to get a no from someone when you all right, I'll just do it. You know what I mean? You don't want anyone to say, no, that can't happen, or no, we got to vote on it. No, okay, well, why y'all are voting on it? I don't know when I'm started the business and I'm to solve the problem.
Right.
You know,
yeah,
so
you moved on. Yeah.
Then moved on. So that's how, you know, solving problems caused us to, I mean, just like we started real estate because in our healthcare company, people wouldn't rent to our clients because, you know, they had disabilities and they thought that, you know, I don't know, people just have, you know, a lot of stereotypes and prejudices. So we said, okay, you won't rent to them, we'll buy property and rent to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it came out of a
That
problem.
mentality. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
So so everything was birthed out of a problem being solved. So that's how it became serial entrepreneur. Never really woke up one day and said, oh, I'm just gonna own all this, I'm gonna do it. No, that's not the way it happened for me. It happened from my passion, and my passion was to solve a problem, and then the next problem came up, and you know, and solving problems and solving problems and solving problems.
Well, you know, and the thing is, it sounds like to me that the problem solving that you're doing is to help other people.
Yeah.
It's to help other people, not just yourself, you know. And so I love that about you.
Thank you.
Because all the things that you touch, I mean, you know, being a business owner, female business owner at that, you know, you gave you give other women opportunities. You know, I'm thinking about the business we had together. And so you give women opportunities they never would have had before.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people hadn't done that before.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they didn't know the ropes, but
Yeah.
you were able to teach them that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I love that because, you know, it was, I'm like, we had a conversation and I'm like, well, you know, this is who I work with. I work with business owners.
Yeah.
And a lot of them didn't understand. And you took the time to teach them how to run their business and how to run it successfully as a group. And that was amazing.
Yeah.
I think that was
you know,
amazing.
sometimes, you know, like even in that moment back then, Cammie, that was an opportunity to solve the problem of educating people. You know, because for me, it's never, and I say this lightly but not loosely, but it's really me. It's really never about the money for me.
Right.
I need to survive. I need to eat. I got a mortgage to pay.
Right.
And I have needs just like everybody else. But that's not my motivation. My motivation is to help someone else because I didn't come from where I could pull all of that. And I feel like if I have this information and I have this knowledge, then I want to help someone else, but I need the means to do it. So that's where business ownership helps me to have the means to help someone else. If it's nothing else but being an inspiration that, girl, you can do it. Like the beauty supply store. That was about, girl, we can do this.
Yeah.
We know how to have. You know,
beautiful.
You know what I mean? We buy to have.
Yeah.
So we can do this. We should be doing this for ourselves. You know, if nothing else out of that moment was to show that we can do this. And now I'm a part of a group on social that it's Black people that own beauty supply stores all over the nation.
Wow.
People are doing it. They're doing it. So I'm like, yeah, that's what it was all about. Somebody need to step out somewhere, if but in our area, and show that, yeah, we can do that. Because when they came in the doors, everybody was like, this is, oh, you own this? What? You don't just work here?
Right.
No, I don't just work here. Me own it, and these other sisters own it too. What? You know, that was a surprise.
Yeah.
So
especially in that setting, right?
Right.
And they're not used to seeing.
They're not used to
our
seeing
people in those different settings.
Yeah.
You know, you just made me think of someone. We had a lady that you brought to me, and you said, you know, she needs her business. Business.
Right.
You remember the Miss Debbie?
And
And you know, she passed. Yeah.
her husband reached out.
So I did a.
I kept in touch. She had just given me something because she was doing paparazzi.
Yeah.
And she had just did something for an event. I had her to put together some gifts for the ladies.
Wow.
And she had given me a special piece. So I won't even take it out of the package after he let me know what happened. Yeah.
So someone reached out to me, and I did like my little video commentation about her because she was so special. And I met her through you. You know.
Oh yeah.
And
so she had the kiosk.
Yeah. She had the kiosk. She stayed with until it closed down.
She did.
She rolled the wheels too, but it fell off. And so she was very special. And I think about how we were looking like, does she know that she, you know?
Yeah.
And you helped her though.
Yeah.
You helped her, and her business ran successful.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Those nuggets there is what.
Because she started in my store. Because remember, we were doing you could do a pop-up shop
right
up in here until you figure it out, and then I'm gonna pass you on to Cammie if you're successful, right? and she was one that got passed on.
Yeah, and it worked out. And so I think about her all the time. She was so sweet. And then then of course I put the two together. You know, T has introduced me to some phenomenal women. And so just to know,
if some weren't phenomenal, I don't put it on me. Now,
well, some of them weren't phenomenal. It started off, look, we thought, but they were all right. But but at the end of the day, though, I think everyone looked up to you, and they see what I see. You know, not a person that, you know, I want from you, but a person that we gravitate to you because of your spirit, because of what you offer. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard to be up there when you got life in it. When you know, you got your own things to worry about. You don't got time to worry about all these women who ain't, you know, da 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 da. But sometimes God puts you on this earth to be exactly who you are, and I give you your flowers now because you deserve them now. And like I said, I wasn't from here, and you took me in. You did, and had an event on my birthday, got me drinks and food. I mean, it's somebody that you didn't know, and so that meant a lot to me, and it still does. It still does. It still resonate with me, and I always say it until the day I die. My shero, T is my shero. She's the very first shero that I've had in Virginia. And so, I thank you. No, I thank you. And so, but enough about that. I mean, because we'll go off. Look, pulling out Kleenexes and stuff over here. But guys, we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back from our break, we're going to find out exactly what T has been doing, because we know that she got a lot of community involvement things that she's been working on. Let's take a break, and we'll be back after these messages.
From the heart of the coast where the waves rise high, they magazine we lift and amplify. Stories of love, of strength, of pride. Giving back, standing tall, side by side. We are the rhythm, we are the voice. Community rising, making bold choice. On short drive, we shine, we soar. They magazine, forever, evermore.
All right. If you just tuned in, you haven't tuned in too late. You tuned into the Cammie Grayson Show, and I am here talking with Ti'Juana Gholson. And let me tell you, she is phenomenal. And so she got a lot of stuff that she's been working on, and we want to get into that. We want to find out. You had a good run.
Oh my!
You had a good run. So tell us a little bit about that. Your politics.
Well, last year was full of excitement for me. Very, very busy time. I spent the whole year pretty much campaigning to become the Board of Supervisor for my area in James City County. Although that race didn't go in my favor this time, I learned a ton, Cammie. I said I learned a ton. I didn't really realize how much I did not know about politics, as well as how much my neighbors didn't know about politics.
What?
Yeah, until I started knocking doors.
Mm-hmm.
One thing about here, and I know you're not from Virginia, but that doesn't mean anything because most Virginians don't know that every year we have an election for something.
Yeah, that's weird too.
Every year.
That is weird because I was thinking, why are they
always?
Why
they always at the polls?
Yeah, yeah.
In Virginia, we have an election for something every year.
Wow.
That if it's local elections, gubernatorial elections, senators, delegates, whatever, we have an election every year. But most people do not vote every year. Most people only vote presidential election. So as I was knocking doors, one of the things that I learned was a lot of people, first of all, they don't even know what a board of supervisor is. What is that, baby? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
So I have to say city council, and if you're from up north, alderman, something like that,
right.
A lot of folks didn't even know what that position was, because counties have boards of supervisors, cities have city councils.
Gotcha.
So I had to do a lot of explaining to people what that was,
and
that you vote that person in, because a lot of people didn't even realize that they are the ones that vote these folks in, and also explaining what is a board of supervisor. It's your local lawmaker.
Wow.
It's the people that are making the rules about how you live here in town.
Yeah.
Those are those people. They're making those laws for you. They're the ones that you get mad when that stop sign somewhere, or your taxes on your food bill is higher. They voted on that stuff for you.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's one of the biggest things that I learned was education. Everybody, and it was no particular age. It was no particular background or ethnic background. It was majority people do not realize that, number one, we have an election every year for something, and number two, what the role of their local politicians were.
Wow.
So I was busy as I was learning myself, and as I was campaigning, trying to win the race Also busy educating people.
So, now you are in what area you live in?
James City County.
James City.
Mhm.
Now, does that if you would have won the election, would you been affected in this area at all?
No, it's just for our area. So your area, where am I? Chesapeake. Chesapeake, you have your own city council because this is the city of Chesapeake, right?
Virginia Beach.
Oh, city of Virginia Beach definitely has their own city council. So those local lawmakers make laws for you. Now, when we're talking about statewide, those are your delegates and your senators. When we're talking about national wise, again, the House of Congress and the House of Representatives. But here locally, you have a board of people that are making those local rules for you, like the school. They make the school system rules. They govern the school system. Like in my county, we don't control the school board, but we fund the school system. So that money comes in from the taxpayers, the citizens that live in that city. That part of their taxes go to the schools, and part of it goes to real estate, and all those things.
Wow, that's difficult.
Yeah, so we had to learn all that, and realize how much my neighbors didn't know, what that position was. So it was a lot of education. So what I got out of that, Cammie, was no matter how the race goes, I want to still continue to educate people on political matters. A lot of folks say, I'm not into politics, but everything's done by politics. Politics means policy. Everything has a policy, a regulation, or a law. So politics run us,
right?
So we need to know something about who's governing us, before the emergencies and the crisis,
right?
Occurs. So that's one of the things that I'm going to commit myself to. I'm taking a break right now.
Yeah, I bet. I saw you walking the trails and knocking on these doors and
in the
street.
Street.
Yeah.
It
was
was
the pavement for real.
It was fun. It was interesting. I met thousands of people, which was great. I was at a lot of events all the time, sometimes 2 and 3 events a day. Visibility is important. People got to know who you are. People got to trust you. There's so many stages to it. So now I can help someone else that not an expert, but I know how to get them to the experts. But I can help someone else that may want to consider throwing their hat in the ring and jump in a race, and just kind of give them a little of my experience. Again, if nothing else, if I was only in that race to give hope to the next woman, the next woman that looks like me, the next woman, periodly, then that's why I was supposed to be in that race.
Right.
And I really believe that I inspired. I motivated young people. There were some young people that came out and vote that, I saw them at the polls, because I was standing at the poll. I went around to all the polls that day, and I ran into one young man that I had met in the drive-thru at the ice cream store. And he says, I registered to vote, and I'm going in and vote for you because I met you and I like what you said to me, and thank you for taking the time. And he was 18, 19 years old.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wouldn't have even voted. So to me, that was enough.
So, well, the thing is, this was just your first time.
That's my first time.
So,
and listen,
it's coming up again.
People, I guess, I don't know, I'm a bit of a different person. So I wasn't hurt or harmed by this. Didn't shed one tear, because I'm like, everything happens for a reason. If it was my seat, I would have gotten that seat. Apparently, God wants me somewhere else. So people have been coming to me, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sad, I'm so mad. And I'm like, don't be sorry, don't be sad, don't be mad. Because if that was my place, I would be in that place.
Right.
Apparently God has something else for me. That's where I need to be. And I accept that. So, but what I have done is I have inspired, motivated, and all of that. My job was done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My job was done for that season, and educated.
Yeah.
And educated myself.
Yeah.
And showed someone else that you can do this.
Yeah. Well, I don't feel like you're done.
Yeah.
I feel like you just got started.
And that's a possibility.
It's just a start.
And listen,
this was amazing, though. It really was. I mean, to see your name, and
I know
that's really cool.
It didn't hit me until it was over, but in a red district, in a district that would not normally vote for someone that looked like me, I think I did well. I got over 40% of the votes.
Wow.
To me, that was a disruption.
Yeah.
Because that's letting the district know that there is some competition out there. If I only got like 5-10% of the votes, I'd be like, oh, that was a cry for me.
Yeah.
No. I got 44% of the vote, somewhere
Wow.
like that. That was significant in a district that would not vote for me.
Right.
So what that tells me is next time, Tawana, you've got to do a little bit more work. You got to knock a few more doors. You've got to try to talk to some people that you didn't get to because they just didn't know you.
Right. Right.
So, and then some people, they're just going to vote their party regardless. But to me, that was a success.
I love
So
it.
I don't,
I love it.
yeah, don't feel sorry for me.
But
But my work hasn't stopped.
Well, see,
I didn't start working as a candidate.
right.
My work hasn't stopped.
But,
I was still working.
but doing that, it's not just you though.
Yeah.
It's all of us who support you.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I vote for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm from Dallas. It's kind of like, well, we on the bench every year, but it's still my team. I don't know what you say. So it's kind of like that. You know what I mean? It's like you're going to always have that support
I can dig it.
because we love you.
I can dig it.
We love you.
Yes.
And so we're going to be there for you
Yeah.
because, I just felt like, oh, look at my girl. Look at my girl. She's doing it. She's doing it.
And I'm so happy. My husband says, you know what, girl, if you were running for something more regional, you would have won because there's so many people like you that live an hour away from me that was like, I wish I could vote for you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So maybe that's why God's holding me out from that type of race. I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, but what I know is I'm going to continue to do what I'm already doing because I'm already doing work out in the community, lots of work in the community. So people's like, well, what are you going to do now? I was like, what do you mean? I never stopped what I was doing at first.
Right.
What do you mean? I'm going to continue to do what I was doing.
Right. Absolutely. Tawana, so you got like, let's go to the family. You mentioned your husband.
Mm-hmm.
You have that support. I always ask people,
yes.
who is your support system? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about your support.
My number one guy, my best friend, Lawrence and I pretty much grew up together. We've known each other longer. At this point in our life, we've known each other longer than we haven't. I met that fellow when I was about 13 years old. And we became friends, and we're the best of friends. And we support each other in everything. Even if we don't understand, we support each other. We don't hold each other back. We automatically go into supportive mode. Oh, this is what we're doing now. All right, let's go. We might have to come back later and be like, why you ain't talking me out of that? No, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Till the wheels fall off. So that matters. That is so important because I've met so many people along the way that, their life were hindered because they may have been in competition with their spouse, or their spouse wasn't supportive, didn't understand, was jealous of time, all that stuff. Being an entrepreneur, we both are entrepreneurs. We both are in business together. We understand that it takes time to build. Mm-hmm. It takes time to build. There's seasons for everything. Seasons to build, seasons to laugh, seasons to play, seasons to take a break, seasons to cry. And we give ourselves that grace for the seasons. And so that's so important. So when you are married to your best friend, it's a little bit easier than if, I don't know, than otherwise. So, yeah.
Well, I say when I met you both together, right? And I met you first at the event, but when y'all came to the mall, it was together, and I just felt that love. We took pictures like crazy.
Yes, we did.
We had so much fun seeing those tenants and everything. Yes. And I was proud that y'all wanted to see the work that I've done.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so that was really cool. And I remember when I met Beck G,
yeah.
And on your show, I was a guest on your show.
Shout out to Beck. She's probably on the radio right now.
I know, right? I love her. She was sweet too. She really was. It still is. But yeah, I mean, it was just amazing meeting you guys and the things that you brought to the community. And you didn't even live in that community. That was the amazing thing. It's kind of like I don't know my way around. But I know she lives somewhere a long way from here.
People are so confused because I was over in the South Side so much, from Williamsburg. That's an hour. If I go to Virginia Beach, I could be an hour, 15 minutes. Like today, coming here, it was 3 hours almost because of traffic. So I was over this side so much that people thought I lived here. And it's wait a minute. You don't live here? I remember when Sabrina Wooten was running, and I would come over here and I would support. And when she got the seat, she was like, hold on, you don't live here? I said, I can't vote for you, but I'm telling all my friends over here. She said, hold on, you don't live here? You live here? It's like, yeah, my friends are over here.
Right.
Because I just had so many good people in my life like you that it drew me over here so much. So yeah, it didn't even seem like a long ride.
Yeah.
Because I had so much love.
And it was like, I know she lived alone. That's all I could tell you because I didn't know the streets. I couldn't remember Williamsburg.
Yeah, because you were new to town.
I couldn't remember.
Right.
All I knew was she lived a long way. She lives a long
She driving an hour and some change to come out and hang out with you guys. But I had so many entrepreneurs, and it was so inspiring on this side of the water. So many women entrepreneurs over here just want to be under that energy. You know, you can't beat positive energy. So yeah,
that's amazing. So let's talk about family. So you got your husband, your backbone, your best friend. But what about siblings, grandkids?
Well, you know, I have children. I have Lawrence and I were blessed to give birth to 2, and they're all of our children are adults now. And then we were blessed to adopt. We used to be foster adoptive parents, and we adopted three additional young men. We have my daughter, and then my son first, and then my daughter, and then we adopted 3 additional young men as they were getting older. And so we have a wonderful life of adult children now.
Okay.
I was just talking to someone the other day, and we were talking about, it was yesterday actually, and we were talking about how nobody told us that parenting gets harder when they become adults.
Yeah. I could believe that one.
Yes, because we just don't, you know, we was like, it was so much easier when we could tell them what to do and how to sit down. They become adults. We can't tell them anything, but we got to help with everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to, but you know what I mean. The pressure or your heart is always there. You know, an older lady told me one time when they're younger, they pull on your apron strings, and when they're older, they pull on your heartstrings. And she is so true.
That was true. Yeah.
So true. And I also heard an older person tell me that, oh yeah, you know, one day you're gonna want your space. You're gonna want your kids. I never want my kids to leave. What in the whole world? But you don't understand that when you're a young parent, you know, you
like, my child gonna be with me
you don't
forever. I would
imagine
never
your
thought
life.
I'd be by myself.
Yeah, you don't imagine your life without your children.
Yeah.
You don't imagine yourself wanting time to yourself. And I tell any woman who's of a certain age, because we do so much as women, you know. And then there's a season where some of us are what they call the sandwich generation, where we're taking care of aging parents and our adult children, and you're in the middle and doing this, and you can lose yourself in that, can't you? And I've lost myself several times, you know, in different stages of life. But I'm trying. It's like an everyday battle or everyday learning space to just kind of keep yourself before everything else. You know, you know the saying, you can't fill anyone else's cup with an empty cup yourself. That is so true. And I'm really, really, really working on that with myself, especially having adult children and grandchildren. I have grandchildren. We have 4 grandboys. And so all of that, the more people in the family, the more challenges.
Right.
So yeah, but I love my family with all my heart. Everybody that knows me know I love and adore, especially them grandboys. There's something about grandkids. You know.
Did you have a grandson that worked at the shop?
Yes. Well, they were not. Yeah, they were working.
Yeah.
They were little at that time.
One of them,
Both of them helped out. They were professional helpers at that time too. They had no choice. But everybody's raised in the business. But yeah, I adore them babies. I adore those babies. You think you love your kids, but I'm telling you, when you become a grandparent, honey, it is like God's second chance.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So,
yeah.
Well, girl, what's next for you?
What's next for me? Okay, so right now, you know it's my birthday month. Did you know
it's your birthday month, isn't it?
Yeah, girl landed double nickels. Can you believe that?
Okay.
I feel like I'm 25, but it's my birthday month. So for this month, like I mentioned before, Lawrence and I, we are founders of a nonprofit, Inner Peace Coalition. And for the last, well, not last year, but year before last, and this year, I linked up. I'm the representative on the executive leadership team for the American Heart Association, and I represent Inner Peace Coalition, my nonprofit organization, on that team. And we've been tasked to raise funds for heart health and heart health education for women. So everybody on the team,
okay,
we're I think it's about like maybe 7 or 8 of us on the team. And so we all been tasked. So you can come up with creative ways to raise your money. You know, people would do walks or runs, you know, how you do running for this. I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to do something different. or you could just, you know, ask people for donations, stuff like that. However, or you can get sponsors. So I said, hey, my birthday's coming up. And one of the leaders on the team, Dr. Amber Price, from Centera, she's one of our chairs, and then Alexa Swan, she's our chair from Town Bank. So they co-chair our executive team. Amber was like, why don't you do a fine dress challenge? I was like, yeah, you know what, I wanted to do that anyway, because I did a picture last year and I posted it, and people was like, I want to do it, I want to do it. Did you see that post? Yeah. Okay. And so out of that post, I said, all right, we're gonna do it. In a year went, then I started campaigning. So of course, next thing you know, the year gone, right?
Right.
So I said,
the pretty dress.
Yeah, I still got a pretty dress. So that was like in March when I made that post, and I'm like, okay, a whole year's almost done. I said, well, I'll do it for my birthday. And when Amber mentioned you should do that for your fundraiser, and I was like, yeah, I should. I should, because I got so many women already asked me. I said, let me see if I can, you know, resurrect that post and see if I can get an interest again. Yeah. So I resurrected the post first before I decided to have, you know, this birthday celebration. And people were like, yeah, I still want to do it. When are we doing it? We were waiting for you to tell us. I was like, oh, that was way back in March. Y'all still want to do it? They was like, yeah, I want to do it. So I said, okay, I got to come up with something. How am I going to raise these funds for the organization? Because you got to come up with something, got to give somebody, you know, something. So for $101 donation, I looked up, I know last year it was American Heart Association 100th month. I was like, oh, wow, I missed that month. I said, but what can I do that rings? Okay, so it's the 101st month, 101st year, right? If I can get 101 women to donate $101, and I can get 150 of them, I will make my $15,000 donation pledge that I have to do. So I was like, okay, let's do that. 101, 101, 101. It went. All of the donations, of course, goes to American Heart Association. So I have sponsors in the background that are like you let me come on your podcast. And I have sponsors. I have a sponsor that sponsored the venue. Jamarcus King has a new virtual reality center of 16,000 square feet. He says, sis, you can come and use my space. So we're having it there. I don't have to pay for space.
Nice.
You know, I have a friend over at, it's Virginia. It's the nation's 250th anniversary. So in Virginia is one of the sponsors, so called VA 250. So the director of Virginia 250 is helping sponsoring some swag. Wow. You know, so I got all these different sponsors. I have a massage therapist sponsor, a makeup sponsor.
Look at you, girl.
And so everything's sponsored so that the whole $101 that people are donating goes directly to American Heart Association. So, and we celebrate my birthday. I even had somebody sponsor my birthday cake.
Oh my God.
Even a birthday cake
you know what? You know what? You deserve every bit of it.
And a food sponsor. I mean, I like everything sponsor. I paid very little for the overhead so that every dollar can go to raising awareness to women's heart health. You know, and it's so important to me, because my mom had a heart attack at 45. So that's why I link up with this organization, and I'm Inner Peace Coalition's representative on that team.
Nice. Yeah. So, and speaking of the health thing with your mom passing at such an early age, I noticed that you were, it's been about a year now though, that you've been working out and you've been, working on you, making it happen for yourself.
Actually, Cammy, it's almost been 3 years. When I sit here when I first got on this journey, people didn't know, because you don't lose weight right away. It's a drastic. It's a gradual change, and then you see somebody a year later be like, "Hey, you lost weight," because I didn't even realize it until the next year that because you see yourself one way. But 2023, end of March, early April is when I started the journey, and that's because, getting back to heart health, they were threatening me with blood pressure medicine, saying that saying that you're borderline, if you don't get this under control. And I knew with my mom having so many health issues that I'm probably at risk for things anyway. You're gonna look at it anyway, because she had diabetes, she had heart disease, she had kidney disease, all the things. So when I give my family history at the doctors. They're always going to be looking for those things for me because of my mother. So when they started threatening me with a good time of medicine, I said, no, what do I need to do?
Right.
And so, you know, I went on a health loss, a weight loss journey with medical assistance. And that's how I was able to shed 70 plus pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I feel much better. My numbers are good now.
That's
You
good.
know, I said my 3 B's: blood pressure, blood sugar, blood cholesterol. My 3 B's are better.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So,
And you look incredible.
I thank you, and I feel so much better. If I could just get a handle on my rest, you know, which is very important. Rest is very important. Rest is tied right in with stress. And stress
It's part of it.
It's part of that heart problem. So if I can just get a handle of that, I'm working.
I love it.
I'm working. It's a daily work, but I'm working on it, Cammie.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, you keep on working because we need you.
I do. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I definitely will.
Well, tell people how they can get in touch with you if they want to donate to the event.
Okay.
Or what they can do. What you need from the people in the audience?
What
do you need from us?
Okay, so now at this point, you can continue to donate to the cause at innerpeacecares.org, and maybe you can post that in your comments afterwards. But we have a few slots left for the red dress counter. We have 6 now amazing photographers. We actually, on my way here, I actually stopped at the venue for them to practice taking some shoots in the space with green screen. And so we have some amazing photographers that are going to be there to handle 150 women. We had to have at least 5 photographers, you know, so they can split them up. Yeah, they're gonna be all over the building. We're gonna have such a great time. But come out and celebrate with us as we educate the community on heart health for women. And you can sign up at innerpeacecares.org. Just hit the AHA Red Dress Challenge link, and it'll get you to the registration form, and that's how you can reach me. You can also reach me by social media. If you put my name, everything's my name, Ti'Juana Gholson. Spelled like the city of Mexico, Ti'Juana Gholson. So you guys can connect with me that way as well. But I just really appreciate you letting me come on here today and just share some time with you. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
And so, but this will, we're going to do an encore presentation of this show today. So if you didn't see this show today, you know, the Cammie Grayson show is usually on Thursdays anyway. So, but this was just special to me. Whenever I can get her, I got to get her in, honey, because she is busy.
I appreciate
She is busy. So,
yes,
yeah, I'm excited for you. All the cool things you got going on. Well, you know, you always have my love, and I'm always in your corner. If you need me for anything, this is home for you. Home away from home. On this side of the water. You got a place.
I'm out of town, girl.
Yeah, you got a place to crash. So
yes, ma'am.
you always have that. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
all that you do in the community, all that you do to help women like myself to feel welcome, because it's hard here.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it just to say it, because at the end of the day, women have to realize, you know, everybody don't have to like you.
Yeah.
But it don't cost anything to be nice.
Right. We have to stick up for each other.
We
too.
do. We
You
really
know?
do. And I've noticed, I mean, not being from here, and, you know, the people that I work with, you
Yeah.
know, I've noticed that people are really nasty sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm just not used to that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just not used to that. But you know what? People are people, and you can't change them.
That's right.
And so, but for the people who don't realize that's them, look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror and realize, you know, you could, it didn't cost anything to smile.
That's right.
Or say hi, or can I help you with something?
Yeah.
You know, just, you know, moving forward this new year, we got a lot going on.
Yeah.
A lot going on. And we don't need to be hating on ourselves.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, so just, you know, this lady's spirit always just pump me up. You know, I see something she posts, I'm automatically liking it. You know, what's she talking about first? Wait a minute, what's she talking about? Oh, she walking down the trail. Oh, she looking at some rocks. What is she doing?
I'm just trying to inspire people to get up and move, you know, get up and move and take care of your heart. It only take a few minutes a day. Yeah, that's how I started when I was on my journey. I'm still on my journey. It's not over, because I got to keep this heart healthy. But that's how I started, 20 minutes a day, just walking, you know, and just like, you know, this all I got, because I didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
You know, I really didn't feel like it. And the doctor kept saying, just give me 20 minutes a day. just give me 20. I said, okay, I'll give you 20 minutes a day. Then when I started feeling better, you know, because you eventually start feeling okay.
Girl, you know, I
Then I
was
was doing
bicycle so many times.
You fell off the bicycle.
Not fall.
Oh.
I'm saying, you know, I was on my bicycle and I was
Yeah.
telling my friend one day, I'm thinking I'm doing it, boy. I'm riding. Got off that bike, I was so tired.
Listen, if you keep doing it, can mean you feel better. Something clicked about a month later. It took me about a month to get to where I was like, okay, I am enjoying the exercise.
Okay, yeah.
And then I started doing 2 times a day. And then I started incorporating things like the sauna just to go and relax and woosah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just to give myself
Mhm.
space to relax
Mm-hmm.
and doing calisthenics in there. And then next thing you know, I'm like, okay, I got the energy back and it got easier. But it took months though. It took a few months.
Okay, well, I'll start back. I mean,
Ooh.
you motivated me to start
Yeah.
back.
And a lot of times we stop because we don't feel it right away. We don't feel good. But I was determined. I was like, hey, I'm paying for this help. So that was my motivation.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this for so long.
Right.
So let me go head on and make this work. That's the truth.
Oh my gosh. So,
Yes, ma'am.
guys, this has been Girl Talk, and thank you so much for tuning in with us. And T, thank you so much for being here.
Listen, thank you for having me.
Guys, share, like, subscribe. When you get this video, please share it with other women so they can be inspired, because this is, I feel like, probably the best Girl Talk interview that I've had this year. And so we're going to just pump this up. You'll probably see this interview a whole bunch.
Oh, my.
Because it's worth it, right? And you got things going on, and it inspires other women. And so that's what I want you guys to know. You know, you can do it. You can, from being a business entrepreneur all the way to a serialpreneur. I mean, this lady she's sitting here and she's telling us that we can do it. We can do it. We diagnosed with diabetes or whatever. You can overcome that by being who you are, just sticking to it. I always say, just stick to the plan.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Stick to the plan. So
one day at a time.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you
One day
go.
at a time.
Okay, guys, until next time, right here on SKST Radio, you tune into the Grayson Show. Bye for now.